Hello everybody, welcome back. Late model stock car fix series time. This is a lot tighter and a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. The strength of field's not crazy strong. It was a little over a tenth off the pole sitter, and I am starting 11th as car number 3. There's 16 cars in total. Was originally sitting on 10th till the pole sitter put his lap in. Just going to try to work the inside as best as I can. Want to try to see if I can get to like 5th or 6th if possible. Hopefully some people screw up on the fuel because you can technically run it out. So I'm just going to keep the fuel calculator up to watch it and try to do what I can to save fuel. Kind of a broken start back here. Not going to try to get to the inside of the 14 yet. I'm going to see if anybody's going to rack up ahead. And just, yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to need quite a few spots.
Right side, clear.
Defend the bottom as best as I can, and then look for opportunities to get to the inside of somebody when possible. At least we got 60 laps, but it's going to be a quick race.
13.91. The guy behind has just done a 13.94.
I'm not really keeping pace with everybody up front yet, but
10th position.
still plenty of time. One side-by-side up ahead, so maybe that could be worth a spot if everybody can kind of freight train that car. Looks like it might have been some contact to send him up. You got the 6 trying to get to the inside of the 14. He's going to slide back behind him. That is the 13 who is going backwards. 14, for a moment, looked like he was going to try to get to the inside of the 12. Couldn't quite get there. 6 is still on the inside of the 13. Really? Try to get to the inside.
Behind.
There's some spots there.
Still there.
Got the 6 to my inside still.
Clear inside.
Let him go. That could potentially have given the 13 a break. We've also now got a big wad of cars right up ahead. Get to the inside of the 13 now.
Still there.
Try to put him back. That at least to put me into 8th if I get by him. Although we've still got side by side
8th place.
ahead and contact could happen.
Clear behind.
6 is trying to work the inside of the 12. 14's working the inside up ahead as well. Oh, this is not going to be good for the blood pressure. It is the 7 getting shuffled out.
On your right.
I am just trying to take advantage of
Hold your line.
every opportunity that I can get.
He's still there.
7 to the outside still, he's working the outside.
Still there.
7th position.
Not quite get to the back of the 6. 12's going to slot down in front of him. He's going to try to cross underneath. Just want to work by the 7.
Still there.
Don't really want to be in a side-by-side with him.
That lap was at 14.0.
Clear up high.
Finally clear him. Let's see if the 13 can go to battle with him. Nope, 7's going to fall back. I was hoping to get myself a little bit of a buffer back to the 13.
Is the car leaving the pit lane?
Sadly, we aren't even to the quarter mark yet. At least I'm only a couple spots from where I wanted to finish. No shot at the leader. He's got almost 2 seconds over the 4. 2 of the 4 might be kind of close for a battle.
P7. That lap was at 13.81.
Finally able to start running some laps. Quicker laps should have been towards the beginning of the race, but because of being in traffic, didn't really do that. So
You've just done a
everybody up front's pulling away. Just trying to run my laps and pull away from the 13.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 84 Fahrenheit. That lap time was 30.
I feel like they added fuel. I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't remember having this much fuel when I did the practice. Oh yeah, they definitely did.
Your
So
lap time
fuel's
was
not a thing anymore.
13.86.
I thought it would still be. That's why everybody's able to run harder. Alright, well, now it's time to just hopefully do what I can. Still
That
gotta
was at 13.92.
watch so that I don't kill the right front. 14 had a bit of an issue up ahead that's going to bring the 6 and the 12 closer to him. Trying to close up to him as best as I can.
That was at 13.91.
Trying this little bit of a later entry. I'm not great at it. The 7's recovering, working his way back up after being shuffled back. He gets by the 13 with ease. It's not going to be good for me.
That lap time
Could
was
be
13.90.
closer, so I'm trying to drive a little bit better. Well, the 13 goes back underneath him behind. 13 goes for a bit of a blink and a bounce.
You've just done a
Kind of
13.90.
closed in on the 12. 14 drags the wall again. Not a great exit out of turn 2 there. Or turn 4, excuse me.
You've just done a 13.92.
That's the 14 still getting the wall. Closing in on the halfway mark. 7's falling back. No pressure from behind for now, at least. Trying to close up. Got a feeling the 6 is going to be working on the 14 before too long. Hoping that the 12 can close that gap so that way the 6 can shuffle the 14 to the outside. Try to freight train them. Pick up at least a spot. Got side by side up ahead.
Time was at 14.00.
That is the 2 and the 4. Both gets really loose, catching the apron in the middle of 3 and 4. Gathers it back up though.
That lap time was 14.00.
13 has cleared himself from the 7. He's trying to catch back up. He's got a long way to go. Almost a full second. I am closing to the back bumper of the 12.
14.00.
Feel like I'm overdriving the entry a little bit.
Okay, Jake, you're halfway home. Your fuel is fine.
Halfway down. Still got a long way to go. Loose there out of turn 2, kind of scrubs some momentum off. 14 almost looks like he's starting to pull back away from the 6. 12 is closing up. We're going to have a nice 4-car train here before too long. Leader's loving this. He's opened up another half second from the last time I looked, but we're all kind of running on top of each other. Close to the back of the 12. Drove 1 and 2 there, gonna lose some time out. And sliding it all over, not good exits.
That lap was at 14.07.
We got one lap car up ahead.
Your last lap time was at 14.04.
Will's trying to get underneath the 6, he's not quite there. While also trying to block the bottom from me getting to his inside. Closing in on 20 to go. I don't really want to use the bumper. So we'll try to dive to the inside. 6 kind of cut it up. These two check up. We're getting a wreck. I'm going to be right in the middle of it. Especially when I drag the ball like that, idiot. Don't know if the 12's quite there yet or not. He's working the apron, so there's going to be an issue soon.
Inside's clear.
You've just done a 14.15.
He is trying to do all he could to get to the inside of the 6. Got less than 20 to go now.
The track temp's increasing. It's now 88 Fahrenheit.
And I feel like I have the pace to get by him. I just gotta execute off the corners a little bit better and then find the right move around him.
You've just done a 14.05.
Oh, that would have been the time to get to his inside. So now we've got the lap car of the 16 to work around, which is just going to stall everything out.
Coming up on your... Still there. He's still there. That sideline's clear.
Yeah, that hurt me from getting a shot to get a run underneath the 12. Nothing I could really do there. 15 to go now. Of course, the 13's not going to catch the 16 at as bad of a spot. 12 is still trying to work the apron. He's going to send it underneath the 6. Got no choice but to try to follow him. He blinks now, which is going to make it even scarier.
On your right. You got one right side.
You've just done a 14.23.
Trying to carry as much momentum off the corner as I can to try to get around the 6.
Hold your line. Clear up high.
Alright, clear the 6. That's one spot at least.
P6.
Realistically, could have been a top 5. I don't know, there's still some time. At least up to 6th. So try to drive it better than the 12. So he's definitely pushing hard to try to get to the 14. I think both of them are sliding it a little too much, pulling away from the 6 with no problem right now. 12 and the 14 are both using the apron, so I think they're fighting some handling issues. As well as I think
6th place.
the 12 is trying to do all he can to get underneath the 14. And you can see I closed in on the both of them without too much problem. 12's trying to work to the inside of the 14.
Coming up on your...
And follow behind the 12 and get the top 5 out of it.
Steady, still there, clear. Right side.
Let him open the hole, just like he did with the 6.
He's still there.
He clears the 14, now it's my turn to try to do the same thing. 14 not quite able to complete the crossover. He's going to try to dive to the bottom.
P5.
They're on the
Try
inside.
to pinch him down. Alright. At least into 5th now. 5 laps to go. I don't know if I can get by the 12, but I'm certainly going to give it a run. Just going to stick close to him.
Come on, Jake. Push, push, push. We can
Trying to
catch
get him
this
to make a
car.
mistake in the center of the corner. A little bit of a bumper there was not intentional. Let him gather it back up.
That last lap was a 14.32.
I don't want to pass him with contact like that, so give him the opportunity to gather it back up. Even if I don't get by him, I know I have pace to probably be a 4th place car. That would have been the opportunity to get underneath him. See if he can make another mistake here in the last 2. Just a tiny tap on the bumper that time to kind of let him know I'm there.
That lap was a 14.09.
Not quite to the inside yet. Same thing, let him gather it up again. I just overdrove it. White flag, we're gonna finish 5th. Which, nothing to complain about after starting 11th. 4th place car, but hey, I'll take it. I will take a 5th place finish out of that.
That's the finish. Well done, mate.
Obviously, wish I could have picked up one more spot for the iRating standpoint, but At least the contact that I had with the 12 was light enough to let him gather it up. That's why I didn't want to do anything, and you know, I know I'm faster, but I'm not going to wreck somebody for a 4th place finish. I don't think it's worth it. So we'll get the overlay off. Check out the tires, which I'm sure are not going to look great. 71, 76, actually not as bad as I expected, honestly. I was pretty happy with how I drove. I mean, you could see the difference that I had in terms of center speed, rotation, as well as the drive off when I didn't get on the throttle too quickly and kind of slide it around. 198, 196, pretty close on temps too. I'm actually, even if that's off, I'm pretty happy with how balanced I kept that, especially for working through traffic, having to work that inside line, try to drive that harder too. Sometimes that can cause me to wear out the right sides worse than I'd want to. So not too unhappy with that overall. And like I said, pretty happy with how I picked my spots, just kind of being patient, sitting behind people. Looks like some contact throughout the field. The 4 had a little bit. 7, 8, 9, 14, and 16. So, the most part, 9 was the one that had the issue. So, let's look at, I want to look at those last couple laps with the 12 and see what I did wrong. So, this is where the 14 got by me. Oh, I didn't even pinch him. Let's look back at that, because kind of talked about pinching him, but realistically, he wasn't even close. I thought he was actually to my inside, so you can see he's at best at my back bumper. So, not even close to pinching him. 12 got the outside wall there on the backstretch. So, I'm going to try to close up to him. Still not quite there. I believe it was this time through 3 and 4 was the first time I made contact with him. Yeah, right there. Just got him a little loose. Let him gather it. He really wasn't even that sideways. That was almost a square shot to the back of the bumper. Pulls away. Trying to lose a little bit of the later entries. Try to carry the momentum out. Thought I was closer than what I actually was, so not quite there. Still need to work on judging the distance in these cars a little bit better. There was the very, very, very light tap to the bumper that didn't even do anything to him. Still getting close to him. Thought about trying to pull the inside. He enters in a little bit shallower to try to block the inside, and then got him again, turned him, but it didn't really get him all that sideways, and I backed off to let him have it. So I don't know. I mean, overcooking it a little bit on entry on my part. Just trying to get to the inside. He was doing some defensive driving there. So the second one, I don't know. I mean, it got him a little more out of shape, but kind of threw the block going in, which really wasn't a block overall. And then the first one was kind of on me. That middle one that really didn't do a thing to him, so I'm not too worried about that. I want to see what happened to the 9, because that's what gave us a couple spots. So he's running second at this point. You got the 1 up ahead who was the pole sitter. And you're going to have the 4 and the 2. Just the 4 is the 77 on the car, I believe. No, that's the 7, sorry. So we kind of did the same thing that I did. The 7's got pressure from the 4 behind. Going into turn 1, and he just gets into the center too hard. And gets into the back bumper of the 9. It gets him upset, especially while the 9 was kind of on the apron with the left sides. He was cutting down to the apron anyways. I kind of use it to help rotate the car. And once he gets there, kind of unloads the right side of hair. So contact from the 7 behind is going to get him loose. The 7 checks up, and the 4's got nowhere to go. Gets into the back of the 7. Turns the 9 around, and the 7 and the 4 continue on straight. So that's what shuffled the 7 back, and from here you can see the mass amount of everybody trying to cut underneath the 7. So that's what got me 2 spots there. So, 5, 6 spots gain. I guess we'll say 4 spots probably on pace. I don't know if I necessarily would have been faster than the 7 or 9 had that contact not happen. But Yeah, I guess a little bit of tough break. Kind of similar deal to what I did. Just unfortunately caught him in the part where it's unloading most, and especially when you're using those left sides on that apron to try to help rotate, it's gonna kick you around a little bit more. So, um, and when everybody was that tight, like I said, when the 12 to 6 and the 14 were ahead of me, if any of them made contact in a corner and checked up, I probably was going to be in the back of it as well. That's just part of short track racing, especially when these fixed setup series where everybody's so close in time. You got to stay on everybody's back bumper to do it. You can't give any room expecting anything like that. So let me know your feedback. If you think my contact was a bit too aggressive with the 12. If you wouldn't have had a problem with a bump and run, to move them, send them up out of the way on a corner entry and gone to the inside, what you guys would have done. Overall, I'm pretty happy with getting to that fifth place finish. That was what I was targeting, and caught a couple of lot of key breaks, but pretty happy with it overall. Like I said, pretty happy with the tire balance. So wish it could have been a better qualifying effort, maybe a little bit of a better finish overall for you guys, but we'll work on it and keep getting there. So love to hear from you guys, and until the next one, I hope all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.